Good morning. I'm early today. 1:44. I still have to do some analysis, so I thought, why don't just start the stream a little bit early? And let's see. Pum, pum, pum. Hey Warren, hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Have you been trading yesterday or Asia? New York has been good lately. Last 2 days, let me put it. Last 2 days, it has been pretty awesome. Ooh, look at that, guys. Look at that beautiful displacement. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Even before the macro. Yeah. Um, Look at that going. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Pretty, very pretty. Now, am I bullish or bearish? I'm a little bit conflicted because I can see a 15-minute market structure shift. But on the other hand, if I go a few time frames higher, I still see more bullishness to come. So either or, I'm looking for invalidation first today, an invalidation of either a bullish PDRA or a bearish PDRA. And I'm going to wait for that because for me, I'm a little bit conflicted now. On the 15, I can see it both ways. I can see we are being held up by a bullish order block, but I can also see us being held down by a bearish order block. So I'm going to wait for one of them to fill. I prefer, I favor the upside a little bit depending on if it hit. Yeah, I think it might want to go lower now. Hold on. I think, oh, this is an interesting one. Exactly at 146. I still stand by what I said yesterday that the downward movement is the manipulation move, and we are going to expand maybe a little bit higher. Um, okay, what did we do? We just went lower here. One. Could we retrace all the way down to 429,400? Yeah, I can see us do that, but I don't see us go bearish. Really, like really, really bearish yet. Um, well, let me quickly do this as well. What do you guys think? Okay, let me put this here. Okay. I'm gonna start with a general poll straight away because I'm just curious where you guys are at. We've got 11 people already in. Oh wow! Start a poll. Bullish or just general, and we'll narrow it down at some point because if we have a retracement or something, I would love to. But bullish, bearish overall, I think we can do that today in session. Bullish or I'm not gonna jinx us by. Did we have a large move in Asia? Yeah, we did, right? We actually did, but we're back in the range again. I have to. I'm gonna add accumulation. I have to. I mean, even though we don't like it. We're going to, hey, L7, how are you doing? Accumulation. Accumulation. You know why? We're going to think about it positively. If we're going to accumulate whole London session, we're going to have a good New York session. So we're going to be positive about it. It is what it is. I had such awesome New York sessions, 2 days in a row. That hasn't been a long time. So I was like yesterday as well. My trades in London and New York when New York opens, it's just my minimum trades has been 80 points, 80. And so I would rather wait London and just get more data and prepare up, and then if New York keeps giving me those good trades, I mean I'm okay. Hey Pratish, how are you? I mean, how have you guys? Have you been doing well in if you traded New York? Have you been? I mean, for me, London has been not. I am. I don't trade as much in London as I used to, but then, in all honesty, the 2 days that I've been trading New York yesterday, and the day before were really, really good. But it hasn't been like that for a long time. I'm really like very excited. Like, oh my God, we're coming back to normalcy. I don't know if you guys feel the same. Yesterday was pretty awesome as well. The opening range, and then you had to wait a little bit, and then after 10:50 it became there was some, I believe it was really weird at some point, but after 10:50, after 11 o'clock, it went back to normal again. I mean, for me it was bullish. I mean, there was no way. Well, there was a way because we left Asia low, by the way. So but at some point above a certain level, you're like, okay, it's not going to go for Asia lows anymore. But that was the confusing part. Okay, here we go. Bullish, bearish, accumulate. General. Just general. Just curious what you guys think. Accumulation. This is a juicy candle. We like you. You're gonna be nice for the rest of the day, maybe. Don't want anything else. I think we might need this fair value gap later on. Technically, it's bullish, but I'm getting the feeling. Well, we don't do feelings. What's the logic? Why would it drop? We don't want to do feelings. What's the logic behind the drop? Why could it drop? I'm conflicted, to be honest. I can see bullishness. I can see we're being held up by bullish order blocks, but I can also see us being held down by a bearish order block. So one of the two has to fail for me, and I'm waiting for that specific level. Hey, ergonomic, how are you? Why are you not giving me? I want a different one. So for me, it's going to be about failing more than it's going to be about invalidation for me more than validation today. So I'm going to wait for invalidation of some specifics that I'm looking at. Yeah. I still stand by what I said yesterday. I believe this was the manipulation move and we continue higher. Now we could get a retracement and then, but I don't think we're done yet to the move to the upside. I really think this was just the accumulation, manipulation, distribute. So I think we're still distributing technically on the higher time frame. But that doesn't mean we could have down close candles on the higher time frame. So either retracement, right, or and then go. Yeah. So generally speaking, I'm higher time frame bearish, but that doesn't mean we can have. I think that's the same what water flows actually said, right? Hey, ergonomic. I had awesome. I mean, New York has been so good to me last 2 days. I haven't traded Asia or London at all yet. Today I haven't traded yet. Yesterday I traded New York, and also the day before, and I just had like I think 6 trades with average 80 to 100 points. All 6 trades were just awesome over the past 2 days. So I made quite a bit of money this in New York, and I don't know. It feels to me like New York. I mean, I must, in all fairness, New York opening was very clear to me, but then after 10 o'clock, I got a little bit wonky. We started accumulating again, and it was a little bit weird. And we had Asia low that wasn't taken on NQ, so I was waiting. And then I had a model above. I just did not take the move to the upside from where it started moving. So I let that inversion. I let that go for a part, but then I had a model that was higher, and I thought I'm going to wait for that. So I took a small. It was still 80 points, so I was like, I'm going to wait for that. So my trade wasn't after, I think after 10:50 a little bit. So I missed part of the move, but I thought it was a little bit odd how it was accumulating in that area and went down, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Maybe it wants to go for Asia low, so I wasn't sure. So I waited a little bit longer, and then after a specific time, then I thought, okay, it was just a smaller part of the move, but it was still was 80 points, and I was very confident in it. So yeah, so I traded that, just more patience, and but technically I wanted that whole move obviously because I was bullish already, and I outlined exact in the pre-market prep. I outlined exactly that scenario, but I just because of the Asia low, I just wasn't. I didn't feel comfortable to take it that low, so I just waited. But yeah, I was higher time frame. I don't think so that higher time frame is bearish. Actually, I think higher time frame is exceptionally bullish. To be honest, I don't agree with that. Higher time frame for me is definitely not bearish at all. I can just only see expansion. We have bullish order blocks that are being respected. I don't see anything bearish. I only see a retracement. Maybe we could go down into a bullish order block and retest it, but I don't see any bearish. I don't see. Yes, on the 15-minute, we have some bearish. We have a bearish construction, but if you go one time frame higher, nothing. 1 hour, nothing. So 15-minute, I would be bearish here. But look at the 30, even from the 30-minute, we're already retesting a bullish order block. If we start failing this, then I will start becoming bearish. But on the 1 hour, there's nothing bearish for me here. Nothing. This doesn't look bearish to me at all. Not at all. It's still bullish. We don't have any bearish validation from me. 30-minute, we don't have any bearish PDRAs. If we start failing this area, then I might start to get bearish. But I don't see any bearishness only on the 15-minute, but because the 15-minute, I'm just wondering, on the 15-minute we also are retesting bullish order blocks already. So I don't know if you say I'm higher time frame, it's a bearishness. I wonder what you are looking at then. Maybe I'm missing something, but the 4 hour already went into the bullish PD. This 4 hour already went into this bullish FUG. So let's see. I mean, I just see a lot of bullishness at the moment. I can see a retracement into this wick again, but we already went into a 4 hour fair value gap in Asia. So internal range liquidity has already been taken. So it might head for this external range liquidity on the 4 hour. 4 hour is bullish. Jimmy, what do you think regarding 355? I can't see the time, but I think if I go to you're saying the range, I think you're meaning your comment of the range of the 1 hour time frame hasn't retraced to EQ of the 1 hour. EQ of what? EQ of what? Are you considering this range as EQ, or are you considering a session, or what EQ are you talking about? What is for you EQ? Are you the range from here to here? Is that for you? Are you looking at that midpoint? I think you mean that, right? If I'm not mistaken, let me. I think that's what you Jimmy, could you okay, gotcha. It's already balanced. You don't it doesn't have to go lower. It's already at it already went to 0.62. This is a balanced price area. It doesn't have to go lower. Daily open is already below, is already equal, is already a premium discount. Um, bullish 50% accumulation. Yeah, I'm bullish. I'm bullish. I prefer. Well, let me put it that way. Let me. I want this to be invalidated. So, but we could have a swing low to the downside. But I just don't see us. Um, but I'm not trading the upside yet, guys. I'm not that. I see bullishness, more bullishness than bearishness. But I need more. I need invalidation first, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Do we have news today? Market maker model, we're on the buy side of, we're clearly on the buy side of the curve, so yeah, bullish. 1706. Yeah, I want to long. I'm desperate for a long. Oh, that sounds weird. That sounds weird. I said I'm desperate for a long, but I'm itching for a long. Let me put it that way. Yeah. 742. I would like a long. 742. 719. Previous day high. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. Let's just wait until we get maybe a correction. I'm very bullish. I can't. It's very clean, guys. We're on the market makers buy model. We have already a confirmation for. Let's see. It wants to go for previous day high. Let's see if it wants to reject here. One, 206. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Maybe a retest of some of. I would love to see a retest of this area at some point, and then maybe higher. Damn, ES already took out the highs, guys. Did you see that? ES is already at the high. Is it all-time high? I think so, right? Is it all-time high? ES is already at all-time high. Or not? Am I confused? Let me just make it blue. Yeah, all-time high. Look at you, ES. Look at you going. Such a strong boy. ES took out all-time highs already. Expanding. All-time highs for ES. Okay, I want to be a little bit careful here because ES took out a high and Q did not yet. Um, just want to. And we're at one standard deviation here. I just want to wait a little bit longer. Mm, yeah. This is a hard area to trade to take. I mean, I'm just gonna. I would rather wait for a maybe a pullback into if there's going to be continuation to the upside. I would rather have a pullback maybe and then another leg up. If NQ wants to follow ES, because we don't know that yet. I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a pullback and then just I'm just gonna watch a little bit longer. Hey, Vincent, how are you doing? If NQ closes above 29,640, I'm going to go long. I want to go long lower. If we have a retest of this area, I would love to go long. If we even reach that area. But that means that there will be continuation on ES as well, and that's just the only thing that I'm just makes it a little bit. Oh, Vincent, I had two. I mean, I had two awesome days as well. It's just crazy. I mean, I haven't had two awesome days in a row for a long time. I think I put six trades on yesterday, and every trade was over between 80 and 100 points, I believe. Every trade, I was just crazy. And it has been the last 2 days. So yeah, yesterday was good, except between 10 and 10:30, 10:45ish. It was weird, I think. I didn't take the whole IFUG because I was a little bit. I just didn't trust the Asia low. I was like, oh, are they gonna go back for Asia low again? So I just wait a little bit longer. In hindsight, I could have taken it. ICT did a trade, by the way, around that area that I did not take. So it was good to see his trading review because I was like, okay, okay, I gotcha. So I didn't take it, but now I was like, okay, it was very insightful because I skipped that area and there was menu, as he said, there was menu intervention, and I was like, okay, I got it now. Why? And well, I'm still happy that I didn't take because I felt very uncomfortable in that area. Yeah, yesterday was awesome. Oh, you took the full yeah, I mean, it was a pretty awesome day. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It was a pretty awesome day. And as was the day before as well. And the opening range is also very, I mean, I love trading the opening. So, oh, I was looking for news, by the way. I think we have news today as well, right? We've got job, something. Let's hope we're back to normalcy, right? So we can trade again, normal, having normal days. I mean, I don't have to have these days all the time, but at least um, oh, there's a bank holiday today. French bank holiday, German bank holiday. So we don't have the Germans and the French trading in New York. So that could be that there's less volume today. in London. Could be. Okay. Oh, and there was 2 a.m. GBP news. Okay, that's why we had this spike. Okay, gotcha. GDP in UK and preliminary GDP, orange and red folder. I don't know, the same thing. Monthly, quarterly is orange, whatever. Okay, 8:30 we have got core retail sales and unemployment claims at 8:30. Okay, so we've got, okay, so today might be a little bit slower in London because of the holidays. We don't have I believe the German and the French banks are closed. So. Okay, so that tells me to be a little bit cautious as well. So this is like the 8:30 when we have a data week, right? Also in New York, it's similar price action to this. 143. Vincent, I already told you yesterday that I saw that move as manipulation, and we are distributing now. I still stand by that. That move to the downside was just a manipulation move. When was it? This move here, I said this is the manipulation. We have accumulation, manipulation. We're distributing now. I think it was 2 days ago. I can't remember. Yeah, this move here was manipulation. We had AMD. We were retesting this breaker here, and then, yeah, I was already super bullish here with an accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Oh yeah, of course. I think so too. Trump meeting in Beijing, Tulsi. I reckon the details of the deals being signed will also move the market. The market is moving anyway. It seems it doesn't really matter. War, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just moving. It's been moving since 30th of March, I believe. If you go down in the daily, I think we've been bullish since end of March. It's crazy. But if you the projection, we're getting close to 4 standard deviation now, I believe. Let me make sure because I want to see where we're at. Oh, damn it. Did we just tag 4? Are you kidding me? Oh. Okay, so yeah, we tagged 4, but I'm going to make it, I made it a little bit smaller. So I don't think we're done yet. It doesn't look like we're done yet. Okay, so 4 is here. 3, let's say 30,000. So what I did, I just the body to body just to have the smallest one and see how it reacts. And we're not using that clearly. So well, I like the 30,000. So why are you not working? There you go. Is my account open? Okay, I'm gonna open my accounts, but I might not trade it yet because New York has been so good to me lately. I might just use London for tape reading and paper trading, because my best moves are I like the 80. I'm gonna stick to it. I would rather wait for a larger move. I will frame the trades over the smaller ones, but I'm just not interested in 20, 30, 40 point moves. It sounds really weird if I say that, but I would rather wait for a better risk reward. For those who have been trading New York the last 2 days, I think they understand what I mean. Okay, I think I'm gonna, I want, the moment we go over again, I think I'm gonna paper trade this. Why? Not a breakout trader, but I think if ES is going to continue, we are going to continue to the previous day high as well. 223. My stop loss has to be very small. Okay. When we go below this, it's invalidated. That's okay. My stop loss is good enough. Here we go. TP is going to be here. Previous day high. Paper trade. Only paper trade. 224. I prefer it. I would take this on my account when we go here, and then if it looks bullish, I will take a trade up from here. I would rather have a pullback being stopped out here on paper. I don't care. And then maybe trade it from here. I'm not gonna take this on my. If it goes without me. I'm too late with this trade anyway, so I don't mind. What time is it? 2:25. 2:23. Took out a high. 23. Okay, let me see what the poll. What are you guys saying? Are you everyone bullish or still people bearish? Bullish, bearish, accumulation 29%. Yeah. I don't need any information. I just need this. Hey Talib, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Sleep deprived? I hope not. Okay, let me see. Are there people already in a long from Asia or anyone positioned themselves already here or here maybe at 140? Just curious if people already were seeing the long. As you can see behind me, it's very rainy today. It's been raining all night. Literally, it has been raining since I think 10 o'clock last night, and it's now almost 10 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock. Oh, it's 8:30 now. It's almost 12 hours just rain. Rain, rain, rain. Rain down on me. Um, I would love it to come down to here. Got a little gap here. So in the 3 minute, I am going to extend you for now. So correction, I wanted just to go here. I think this is going to be our breaker, bearish breaker. So I would love to see it go higher and then go lower. This is a scenario that I've been waiting a long time for. This looks like a generally a future breaker. So I would love it to go higher and then activate, make this a future bearish breaker. So I don't want actually anything to go lower. We already went into this 4-hour fair value gap here, so I don't think we're going to go lower. 4-hour fair value gap. Asia has already been mitigated here. So I think we're going for external range liquidity. Internal to external. The only retracement that I would like to see is to here and then up and then take out this high. This one has already been mitigated. We done? Okay. This is balanced. We are balanced here. I think we're getting really close to the end. I think we're getting close to the top. We're gonna get the short that is coming from that area. Oh. Next week is the third week of the. Is it? Let me see the date. Yeah, next week is going to be the third week of the month. Oh, it's going to still some. What news do we have for the rest of the week? I think today. Do we have news tomorrow? Today. What day is it today? Thursday or Friday? Am I confused? It's not when. Yesterday was Wednesday, right? Oh, Thursday today. Okay. Let's have a look at the weekly profile. It's not that complicated. Tuesday low, obviously. Wednesday, Thursday high. Maybe we get a proper TGIF this week. Oh, it's already Thursday. Guys, who has not been saying to me, hey, put on your weekly levels? God damn it. We need those weekly levels. 20% on ES is all the way here, and we are here. 30% here and here. Okay, okay. Accumulation again. Accumulation. Hey, Mr. Chaos. Happy Men's Day to all. Oh, you have a Men's Day in Germany? Happy Men's Day to everywhere, every man in the world. It's actually weird that they only have like Women's Day or Mother's Day. Well, there's Father's Day as well, but yeah. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh man, look at this weekly, the monthly again. It's crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, we already made like 2,100 points on, and we're in the second week. $2,500 to here. And then we might retrace. Okay, well, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, we have to. I mean, I would not be surprised if we top out anytime. Maybe here, 30,000. I'm gonna paper trade this long. What time is it? 2:40. I just want to see. I'm not a breakout trader, but I just want to test some things. It's just a test for me. I would prefer a trade from here for a long, but I just want to test a few things. So I might be stopped out, but that's okay. I don't mind. Because it's sort of like, I just wonder if it wants to break out one more time and then retest this area, but then it has to go low. I wonder if it's gonna go here before. going higher, because that means it has to break this breaker, and I just don't see it happening. Which I don't like. Because if we go lower than here, then I don't think we're going to go higher. It's all about validation or invalidation today. So let's see, what time is it? 2:40. So London might open. But we could wick all the way here to here. Can use this as a breaker. 0.5. Stop loss. So 1-to-1. Is it a 1-to-1? Just below 2. Don't follow me, guys. This is just I'm just experimenting. I'm just journaling some time-based things. Don't follow me. This is not a trade I'm taking. I will never, never, ever take this trade. Never, ever. Well, don't say never, ever. 1.5. Who's a breakout trader? Who trades breakouts? But it needs to come back here. But if we come back here, we're going to invalidate a bullish PD array. So that's not possible. So if we go here, I would rather see it turn bearish than bullish. It doesn't make sense. So we already inverted this. Inversion here. And my stop loss has to be lower in order to stay bullish. Make it 1-to-1. $29.6. Okay, here. What's my $145? And we're gonna go for previous day. $150. 1.5. Okay. So pull back. Breaker. But this is the one that you see, but it doesn't make sense. So this might be used for after pre-market. What time did we form? 1:45. I would almost say if it takes my stop loss, I would turn bearish almost at this point. How many points is this? Oh, still below 40 points. Okay. Guys, I'm not trading this at all on my or interested in. I'm just testing a few things. No trades, just looking at what market is doing and if it's what levels are holding in comparison to time and things like that. See, we're staying within. There's no activation of anything bullishness yet. I'm framing a bullish trade, but there's no confirmation for the trade at all. Let me be clear. Do not follow me. Do not follow me. See, I really like this area. This area is mine. So the confusion part is if it goes into this larger of a high time wick, it has to disrespect a bullish breaker. So the question is, does it want to go higher? It's either or in London session. We cannot have both. We cannot have both. Hey, don't. Hey, listen, OBs and breakers. You don't have to tell me. I know exactly what I'm looking at with OBs and breakers. I don't get them twisted at all. I think I'm looking at this one here. This one here. Yeah, I still think we're gonna go for this one. I'm gonna get out of this one here. If we touch this area, I'm gonna go long. It's a long for me here. I'm just gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this whole area. This is max. And again, we are in. Oh, I want to say again we're in accumulation, but I didn't see the drop. But there is holiday. There is a holiday in Germany, right? So the banks are not open, if I'm correct, guys. And from Germany, is it correct that the banks there's no trading going on in Germany and France? So we don't have the. There's a lot of. Are you kidding me? Okay, I mean, so I'm a little bit I'm itching to take a long, as you can see, but I like this as well. I would rather have this area, but we could go higher from here as well. That's why it's a bit tricky. Yeah, I like this level as well. It's hard. Oh, yeah. Ergonomic. I'm bullish anyway. I mean, I just for me, it's just like I'm very bullish already, but I'm sort of like, as you can see, I'm struggling with my entry. I'm sort of like trying to frame it already from here. I thought, okay, if the macro starts, I would like to already be in before we spike up. But this area is bothering me a little bit. Like, I actually want a retracement to here, but we might not even get it. It might just, you see, we hit the midpoint of this level. And I'm wondering if we're going to spike up from here and not, and use this area for later today. Um, my stop was too big. I mean, my stop was too large to put it all the way here. I could not frame that trade. Now, if I would miss it, if it spikes up, that would be a little bit upsetting to me because I think I know where it's going if it starts going up, but preferably I would like it to go here, but I don't know if we're going to get that. Sometimes you have to miss a trade if it doesn't follow your rules, right? So on the 4 hour, we have a large wick. But like I said, I mean, it might not get there. Can I frame a 253? I want to, I'm gonna, let me see, paper trade again. Stop loss here below 2 o'clock. TP here. Just paper trading still, guys. I don't think I'm gonna get this retracement, to be honest. I could be wrong. That's why I'm testing. That's for me. This is a very important area. Why am I testing this and why am I getting stopped out? Because I really want to see like what are the scenarios that things are a little bit different or a little bit more tricky. But I'm looking at specific levels and also time-based things. Okay, what is it doing? So this is how I also forward test my strategies and thinking, okay, when is this fair? Because everybody's most likely is going to look at this fair value gap, but I'm just thinking it might not be retested now and it might be used later today. So that's why I'm sort of testing this area to also be able to catch these trades and not missing out because I'm waiting for this fair value gap, for example. So let's see. I want to be able to front run positions to be able to in it before the run starts, if that makes sense. Okay, what time is it? We hit a midpoint of this level now, yeah. 2 o'clock. Let's wait till 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'm. As you can see, I was conflicted. I just don't think we're gonna get there now. I think this level will be used later, this fair value gap. But I just wonder. I don't think. I could be wrong, totally wrong, and then it still slams down on me. But it's okay. I forward test more than I back test. I prefer that because I really don't know what's going to happen. If I back test, I already know because I have been on the stream or I'm tape reading already, so I know already what's happening. And I'm sort of like, I'm cheating. It feels like cheating because I know. Even though I go back a couple of days, I still remember sometimes the scenarios, if that makes sense. So I try not to. So I have like a, when I'm wrong, I'm really wrong now because I really don't know what the market is going to do, right? So that's why I forward test. I prefer forward testing because then I really know. I don't know. Especially if you journal and then you go back testing, you're like, oh shit, I journaled that scenario already. I have that print, so it's in your brain somewhere, and then you cheat yourself, right? You're already like, so that's why I'm forward testing on live, and it's okay to be wrong. So I have an inversion here. Let's see if things are holding. Look, if my paper trade gets stopped out, I don't care. Then I'm getting long on my account. But if this is retested, I would that's my preference. This area, that would be my preference. But I'm just wondering. I wonder why. Wonder exactly midpoint here. We've left this one here. Banks. So I think the Eurex is open as usual. Okay, yeah. I just see on the Forex. I see bank holiday, so I'm not really sure what it means. Yeah, structure. For me, I stopped backtesting because I see journaling is sort of like backtesting because you go, well, not really because you journal your trades, but I do journal. If I journal and I see opportunities that I didn't take, so what I do on my trading view, for example, I I frame a trade with a tool. Okay, I also could have taken this trade for it. Let's say I see something, I just put the tool and I go over. Okay, look at this trade here. I could have taken this here, blah, blah, blah. This time, this happened, blah, blah, blah. So I write things down. So I see that as backtesting without going into a backtest scenario. I used to backtest a lot, but now I just, when I journal and I see opportunities that I didn't take, or I just wasn't in the market, or I missed them, or whatever, or I just didn't see them, I journal them as well. But forward testing for me is just like I really know I don't know, and and I love being wrong when I forward test. You know, it's just so it's also about, okay, if you want to front draw, sometimes you want to be away from the trade and you have to position yourself, and you know you can't have the optimal trade entry. So you have to position yourself somewhere where your stop will be taken. Okay, my stop. See, I was looking at this fair value gap, and I was already thinking, okay, I can't put it lower. I couldn't put my trade low, but I still don't think it could go here. It could still, there is a possibility it still might not go here. Because we're in this area here. Look how bullish NQ looks. ES, sorry. We have a gap here. They most likely want to leave that gap. Oh, I'm so bullish. God damn it. We went into this one here. Yeah, price action is not really. I don't like the how it's printing, so I'm staying out of it of the price action. It's too wiki and too spotty to say, right? So yes, our trader. I mean, New York has been. I don't know if you've traded New York as well, AM session and PM. I mean, yeah, I totally agree. I've been doing so well the last 2 days on New York. It hasn't been for a long, long, long time that I had 2 days in a row with those kind of trades. So I'm very, very happy to see that. But then again, London, generally speaking, has not been so well for me personally. I haven't been trading well or haven't been trading at all. And the trades that I take, I'm like, okay, they're either very small or so. Yeah, I feel more comfortable waiting for New York and just use London as intel and just if there's a good trade, obviously I'll take it. But I just don't see the trades as well as I do see them in New York. But obviously in New York you have much more information already, right? So I think that might be for me it's a big help. I like forward testing and I find it right. If focus on my thesis and still testing, but accuracy is there. I'm preparing myself for scaling. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, forward testing is for me just you have the fastness of the market, the candles print the same way. Like FX Replay and I believe TradeZella have the same functionality, but if you use Replay on TradingView, if you use 1 minute, you get 1 minute candles. You don't see how they print during that minute. So it's a different experience a little bit, unless you use TradeZella or FX Replay. But yeah, it just gives me the same. I have the same emotions when I forward test, and that's for me more important. I don't have that when I backtest. But backtesting, nothing wrong with backtesting. It's still good to practice models and things like that. But for me, that's journaling to find models, to also improve models. And I consider that journaling slash backtesting now. I used to backtest, but now I don't. I only forward test now. So, and it's so refreshing only to forward test without any monetary. Just really look at price action. Look at okay, I'm focusing on execution, stop loss placements, and things like that. And no monetary, just nothing else, and only like focusing on the candle printing and yeah, just focusing on the things that like a teaching to yourself, something like that. The moment you start trading, you have a different mind. It's just different. For me, it's different. I just have a. I don't see candles focus. I'm not so focused on the candles printing as much as I should be. I just see things a little bit differently though. Yeah. Oh, you also journal seasonal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, structure. There's a lot to journal. I mean, you can journal all day. I mean, there's nothing. It's like if you start, and you have to like it. You have to start liking it because the more you journal, the more I think you learn. But yeah, because it leaves an imprint in your brain as well. So if you journal some things and you see specific things happen over and over and over, and the moment you journal and you print screen it and you put it somewhere, for some, I think for some reason I don't know how the brain exactly works but that scenario or that print is in your brain. So when it happens on the chart, you just you see the structure much faster. I think that happened with me when I started journaling Because once it's printing. It, you know, it's sort of like, it's like a movie. It flows away from you again. But the moment you capture the print, I think your brain just, or my brain, everyone's brain works a little bit differently, I guess. But for me, it just leaves that recognition. I can recognize things faster. Yeah, build, that's well said. Thank you. Build muscle memory. Yeah, I think that's the way. Yeah, so if you print screen something, and just by print screening it already, I think, and you store it somewhere, and you know, you write down the date, and you write down, okay, today this happened, blah blah blah. The moment you are typing it on TradingView, you're already like, you're already seeing the whole thing, and then with the text to it, it start building the connections, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get into this week, 4 hour week. I would love it if we would go here. I want a wick. I don't mind if it's a wick here and then it goes back up, but I don't want a body closure below this. More you write with the brain develops, and manually write it's more. Yeah, not typing on. That's how I find it. Yeah, they say when you also teach. Yeah, me also being mentoring, that also helps because you are preparing lessons, you're making slides, you're going over specific topics, and like sometimes you do sometimes things get like, when you do something and time over time you get like, no, I don't want to say sloppy, but things like details move away, because in the beginning I have lists, okay, how to identify this PDRA, how to identify this something specific, how to, and I've got a trading plan and I've got a identification thing, so they're two different things, right? So how do you identify something? So you have a strict list of structure if then statements sometimes as well. But when time passes by, things become, normalcy, and you forget about those details, or you just don't. Yeah, and sometimes like, oh, I haven't thought about that one, even though it's sort of like automatically. And then you're like, okay, let me look into that again, or make sure that I watch that little thing as well. Definitely so, yes. Yeah, RD Brock, my patience has definitely improved because of the YouTube channel. I can definitely say that. I think I don't think I would have, because that is my pitfall always, patience, and obviously patience. Impatience comes with over getting into too many trades, getting into a trade too fast, which it's like a trigger, like, oh my god, let me just solve the issue, trade again to undo that one, blah blah blah. So YouTube has really helped me as well. Yes, definitely. Or you have a notebook on your desk, and I write almost every trade, right or wrong. Yeah, and guys, most you learn from your wrong trades that are incorrect. It's really, don't think of them as, oh, it's wrong, I'm going to forget about it and move on to the next. No, journal it, go over it. What did you do wrong? What did you miss? What did you could do better? That's where the trades that you do well, you learn from them as well. You can improve maybe execution, but the ones that you did wrong and you have a losing trade on it, that's where your growth is. That's where your learning opportunities really are. A lot of, I mean, also like, because I've been thinking about that, right? If you really want to teach something, it is about going things that don't go well. Like, obviously, I should make more trade recaps as well. But the most valuable lessons are in the ones that actually are your losing trades. And And that's also, if people share things that they didn't do well, that's actually where you want to also, pay your attention. Like, what did they do wrong, and what did they mark? What they, yeah, it's a win eventually. You turn it into a win. Okay, let's see. Pam 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 pam. We did not hit. Oh, I want to go long so bad, but I'm just not sure here. 312, I like the time. We hit exactly the low. We hit exactly the devil's mark. 312. I wish we would have tagged a little bit lower. Just gonna wait a little bit longer. This would be such a nice, yeah, best losers win is a very good, this is going to be such a nice area to go long of. Stop loss here. If this holds, if this doesn't hold, it might be a short, but I wonder, might be the area to go. Take profit is going to be here now. 10. Yeah, we hit the level here. Yeah, okay, this is going to be it. I might even take this on with one micro as well. What time is it? 3:14. Let me wait until we get above 2 o'clock again. Okay, so 4 hour. Let's have a look at the 4 hour candle. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go long here. Two o'clock. If we get above the 2 o'clock, then I think this is going to be the 4 hour wick to the downside. If I'm wrong, then this is going to be the wick to the upside for the 4 hour candle. Um, 0.25. One standard deviation. Yeah. I have one micro running, just one micro to the upside. This is my trade. Might be a long trade though. Okay, let's see. Now it's just Okay, we need to start getting over 2 a.m. at some point, or it starts failing, and then it might fill this fair value gap. $3.23. We might be 3.30. Let's see what 3.30 gives us. I might have to lower it a little bit. Where is 366? Here. I'm gonna put it below the midpoint here. I still think I'm still favoring the upside, but let's see. It wants to go to 6. But this was 312, I believe. Don't think it should go lower. Let's see. Still have a good. What's my risk reward? For 25 points. Okay, I'm allowed to do that. It's 25%, 60. I don't think it should. It has to go to 50% of a 4-hour wick. But it could go one leg lower here. But I think this is I think this is protected, but we'll see. We'll see. If we go over 3 o'clock, I'm going to go break even. If we go over here, I'll bring it to break even, but I'm not doing it before that. Really struggling now, hitting all-time high almost every day. Prices never hit some. Yes, it's a little bit more challenging now if you, but I mean, last 2 days have been clearer to me, but not in London, but in New York. But that's because London already gave a lot of information. So I'm waiting much longer for any trades. Well, I'm in a trade right now with one micro to the upside. I'm okay to take. I mean, if it's a loss, it's minimal. But yeah, my larger moves are not after I've really watched a lot of market structure and I'm really have more confidence. If I don't have the confidence, I just don't get in. I just wait. But for me, I'm seeing a very nice market maker model here, and I'm thinking, things are lining up. I've got a couple of things lining up together. So if I get stopped out, it's okay. You know, I'm okay. We're above 2 o'clock. We're above 3 o'clock. I like that. It was almost 3:30. Let's see if we can get up. We need to stay above 2 o'clock now. Come on. That will give me, if we have a body closure above 2 o'clock at some point, and this area will be the 4-hour wick to the downside. So then I think we can get some expansion finally to the upside. Come on. Oh, I'm on the 5 minute, by the way. Let me go on the one. Okay, we are above. Ooh, I don't like this. Why are you doing that? It's very spotty, but I think my this should be protected. This should be a protected low. I hope so. Should bring it. I don't want to bring it here yet. We're not above 3 o'clock. Pam, 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 pam. Come on. I want it to be over 2 o'clock at 3:30. There you go. Come on. Almost. I wonder why. Yeah, correct. There hasn't been a proper, even at 2.5 standard deviation, if you calculate it from the bottom, we didn't have a proper short. It's just been building balanced price ranges on top of each other, leaving a lot of sell side liquid, major sell side, and then just building on top of creating a BPR and then going on top of that, and it's just order blocks, and even there was one when I was journaling, I saw a 90-point trade. I didn't take it for a while. I was like, I'm so fed up with that move to the upside. There was like literally 90-point trades, 90, almost 100 from a 1 minute order block. I've never seen anything like that before in my journaling. So it's crazy. But I think we're gonna go a little bit back to normalcy. But let's see. Oh, you guys don't even see my trade. Hold on. I have a trade on. Am I? Here's my trade. I was sharing the wrong screen. Okay, here you go. This is my screen. I'm already in this trade for. You think guys didn't see the my trade all the time? I was already in this trade for a long time. Okay, stop. Let me just make sure because I've got two. I need to make sure. I've got two screens with the same. Okay. So my stop loss, I'm going to move it now to this low here. This is now. I don't want this to be violated. Well, it's the same trade over and over and over. Just my positions changes. So we tested this. I got in long here with 1 micro. I wasn't draw. I wasn't in. Yeah, I was a little bit in. Wasn't really in drawdown, but we weren't. We were just not going above 2 and 3 o'clock all the time. I think now It's getting more of a. I do believe that we are having now a 4 hour expansion. 4 hour candle we created. I believe we created the wick to the downside, but we're not out of the woods yet. Let's see. I think it's a little bit weird though. I'm already positioned. I mean, I'm not waiting for anything higher. I mean, this is actually, I'm going to take if I would have partials, I would take one off here. But this is the only position that I'm interested in. This is also a retest of the inversion, of the 15-minute inversion. I don't know if you guys noticed. We have a 15-minute inversion here. We activated the inversion. We went lower, so that's why I had this area here. On the 4 hour, it's a quarter percentage. I could have seen it going a little bit lower, but that would have invalidated another bullish PDRA, so I wasn't expecting that. So that's why I said this is my last line in the sand here. And if we go lower, it invalidates my long. But this was for me a 15-minute inversion retest. And, well, obviously I had lower. That was this PDRA, and just I was also looking at, we didn't go lower, and I said I think this is a protected low now. If we go lower, that it just invalidates the whole trade. Yeah. So I'm in just 1 micro, guys, and I'm letting it run up to, I guess now here 692. So my original trade was here, right? So it's about a 4 hour trade if it works out. I'm taking this trade, DD's Zinch. This is a paper trade, but I also took the same trade on an eval. I just 1 micro. I got in a little bit lower, I think, but stop loss is the same. I'm gonna trail my stop at some point, but it's gonna wait a little bit longer. Yeah, I think I can trail. What time is it? I'm gonna wait till 3:40 and then I'll trail. Okay, so I really hope this will hold. So then we have created the wick like so when you are distributing when you want to trade distribution of a candle, you want to enter below the open and the low of the wick. So 2 o'clock, a 4 hour candle is here, and the wick is everything that is below between two and here. So I follow my rules now. I've entered below the 2 o'clock open, and my stop loss is below the 2 o'clock wick. So if we, well, actually a little bit lower, higher, but so if we invalidate the low of the 4 o'clock low, then obviously the whole trade, it's not going to be an expansion of the 4 hour candle, right? So it's as simple as that. But I'm anticipating a distribution to the upside. So that means when you say I'm a distribution trader, I want to trade the distribution of this candle to the upside. And that will only work if my bias is correct and I position myself correctly. And sometimes it fails, sometimes you're incorrect. It happens. But we are above 2 o'clock open, we're above 3 o'clock open. So far, so good. So I'm anticipating also, hey Gusto, how are you doing? I'm anticipating MNQ to follow ES then, right? Not an easy, I mean, it's not an easy trade in the sense of there's a lot of conflicting. You really need to use higher time frame analysis in these scenarios a little bit, because if you only look at the higher time frame, it looks very bearish, right? It still could, I mean, it could still slam down on me, don't get me wrong, but let's look at the 1 hour. We could reject here technically and then go make the move later on. I mean, it could do that. 342, use this wick here. I'm not going to I'm going to leave my stop because we might get a new hourly candle, go into this wick and then go higher. So I'm going to leave my stop here. My stop should be fine. It's going to leave it. Might take a little bit, let's see. I wonder why. It's back from gym. Yeah, it's oh thank you, Vincent. Yeah, it was just higher time frame. I'm just thinking we're going to use this. This is going to be a future breaker, so that means we have to have a higher high. Um, when you have SMT on the highs, for example, you want to see a fast move away from it, and we didn't really get that. So I'm just thinking that NQ will follow ES, and ES will go a little bit higher as well. But hey, let's see. I'm still not out of the woods. I do think this is a protected swing low now. I'm not trailing it because we are creating a wick on the 3 to 4 o'clock, and I'm wondering if we don't take it out, yeah, it might want to go back into this range here. So I'm leaving my stop because I don't want to be stopped if it goes into this wick here. Like for example, it could go into this wick again. Like we're going to get a new we're going to get a new hourly candle from 4 to 5, right? Let's say we're going to accumulate here a little bit. Like the 4 hour is expanding, right? So the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 hour, 5, 6. So 2 to 6 are 4 hour candles. But we could have two candles in between that could accumulate. You always have to be prepared for that, right? If my analysis is correct. Um, Now, technically, when you start looking at time, I haven't seen it that much that we have created the high and low. Well, technically, you can take the first 2 hours just to create a 2 hour wick on the 4 hour, but it doesn't happen that many times. But anything's possible nowadays. Oh, I'm looking on the camera and I see my cat in the back. I'm like, oh, is she here? She's sleeping. Oh. She doesn't even make any attempt to go on the desk anymore. Poor thing. Okay, so you know what I'm not going to like? If we're going to get a 4 o'clock very close to these, like 2, 3, 4, very close to each other, then we might get some more accumulation. Okay, this needs to hold. This one is important. It's 351. Let's see if this fair value gap is going to hold. We created equal highs here, so that looks, I like it still because it's still equal highs here. Devil's mark, a higher high as well. But let's see, macro starting. So like I said, what I don't like is that we are on the 1 hourly candle. So I'm liking, are we gonna get like this candle is gonna close with this wick here. So we might have a little bit of a retracement when we open up again into, well, we don't want to go lower than here, but let's see. Let's see, let's see. Hey, Dolly. Yeah, it's raining, my love. I don't know. I know you don't like it. Okay, we need some strong expansion away from this area now. Come on. Okay, which one is it using? This bearish fair value gap or this bull? One is going to fail, right? Which one is going to fail? I don't know. Stuck between the two. I just see a beautiful, bullish order block here. So I'm gonna take this one off. I think this one it will fill. Let's see. Hey Dolly, what are you doing? Yeah. So I still think the scenario is okay, but if we're gonna create a 4 o'clock open near the two, all the candles are very close to each other, the open prices. That means we might have a lot of consolidation for the remaining part, which I don't really like. I would have liked. I would. I mean, we disrespected this one, but I wouldn't. We went through it, right? But now it might go back into it again. I think it wants to print the 4 o'clock very close to this area. That's okay. Three, five, seven. I was really looking at this area here, all this. Even though we had this pass through, I was looking at all these, like this sort of like imbalance here. Even though it has a pass through, I was so wondering, are they going to leave that like this, or are they going to revisit? Because this is sort of odd. It's sort of like a volume imbalance that I should have marked it. I was already looking at it, and I was like, are they going to leave? Let me mark it yellow. Okay, I'm stopped out. We took out the high here though, on the 4 hour. We took one standard deviation. Just wondering. I don't like to go short, to be honest. Really? Okay, 4 o'clock printed. Yay. I'm gonna do a poll with you guys. I'm not sure. Well, I didn't want this to be disrespected, to be honest. This level here, I don't like that. That is actually my line in the sand. Um, yeah, I'm staying out for now. Three 12. 0.66. So they didn't even leave a wick on the 1 hourly. So this looks more bearish than bullish to me now, to be honest. Um, yeah, it looks more bearish than bullish to me now. Yeah, this was for me the line in the sand, this low here. I did not want that to be disrespected. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching the short. I would rather let it play out. I don't know how much they want to retest or if it's going to fill this whole inversion again. We retested this order block, already went up. Yeah, I'm not touching a short. I don't like the short at all. Anyone short? Did anyone take the short? Just curious. Did you guys take the short? Oh, you know my bias. RD Brock, I think you are totally right on that one. I was just thinking that. I think maybe they're creating all these levels for later on. I think I was just thinking that as well. I was like, you know what, maybe, and that's most of the times when you're wrong. It'll play out, but it just wants a lower level or something else. But I think you're totally right on that one. Yes, I think so too. Um, but the 4 o'clock we opened lower than 2 and 3, so that's also like a little bit bearish. You cannot deny that, right? If you open the 4 o'clock lower than the 2 and the 3, you have to be realistic about that as well. But then on the other hand, you know, you see the bodies are not going lower. I mean, you need like a body closure out of this box as well. Yeah, like maybe we're getting it now. So we took a high. We rejected here. A nice rejection block. Rejection. Yeah. And now distribution to the downside. Then maybe. Yeah. Hello, Dolly. Are you hungry, my love? You're hungry. Okay, we hit 0.5 at 4-hour wick. I'm still bullish, but I'm just the thing is, if we go too low, the whole bullish scenario will not play out for a long time, and I'm like, just don't know. 0.5, maybe this is the long from here. Now this is always challenging when you've been stopped out. You need to like really like, okay, am I going to get back in, and with the risk to being stopped out again. Um, it's sometimes really difficult, but sometimes you just have to take that, especially if you get on like really in a very small stop loss. I'm not going to do it though, because this is not for me very bullish anymore. But then again, it could blast through this again and can still go higher. Um, Nitesh, yeah, I mean, I'm still bullish. And like I said, sometimes when you stopped out, you need to get like either be very quick and just, you're either too early. But I don't, it's so confusing for me now because the 4-hour candle has been switching back and forth many times. And it, I wouldn't be surprised that it might just go now. That would suck. Look, the bearish, if you see this is a bearish order block, it's already invalidated. I think the long is still invalid. It's just, it stopped me out and it just goes one leg lower. It's very tricky. Okay, let's go to I'm going to use the 90-minute now because I want to see what we're doing. I'm, we already did this. Asia, when we took that 4-hour candle. Yeah, I think it's still long, but god damn it, you're so annoying. This could be holding this bearish order block. We are below the 3 and the 2 o'clock. But we have a bullish, it's like we're sandwiched between a bullish and a bearish order block. See, this is area that I marked here. I think once we go over this area again, it will be long. But look, we have an inversion already. We are above the inversion. Let's see if we can get above this imbalance again. I think I will go long again above this imbalance. Let's see. I think I will take it. I think I'll give it another go. I don't think I don't I still don't see the bear. I mean, I see bearish price action, but I'm still not. I'm still bullish. It's for me really hard to frame a bearish trade. I would rather let it. Like I said, if we go over this again, I want to see this closed. Maybe. Well, no. I'm going to use 2 a.m. I need to be over 2 a.m. again here. Then I'll just enter a another long. I still have a long bias. Um, let's see, because we are inverting already here. We are above 4 o'clock. I think we're gonna go back up. This is just this is manual, just fuck you algo on. It's very unclean. And it just takes you out. I mean, this is the tricky part. They just take you out, even though the trade was good. I mean, I don't mind being stopped out on a trade like that. I mean, it was everything was logical. I followed my rules. And shit happens. It's like, you have a 60, 70, 80% win rate. Sometimes they happen. So yeah, look at this. I'm gonna get back. I'm still favoring the long. let's see if we go over here. I want to see a body closure above here. We went to 0.5 of the 4 hour, so we needed to go to that 0.5 level. We went into this wick. We rejected here. Rejection. Okay, I think I'm gonna go back in also with 1 micro on my account. But hey guys, don't follow if you feel, I mean, don't follow me just because of me, but I think I want to take another long, but I think I will wait this time until 2 o'clock. Let me see, I'm gonna frame my trade. I need a little bit more. 2. 10. But see, also, if you take shorter trades and you take profit here, it's also, you use this as a rejection block. It's a good trade as well. I normally do that though. I take partials along the way. I want to get in here already. Hold on. Let me get a closure above here. Gonna use this volume imbalance here. 592. Okay, we have to be aware of this bearish order block though. I'm not going to enter. I need to see invalidation of this order block. Yeah, that's it. I mean, minus 15-minute OB. So we need really, I mean, I'm not getting in until we fill this one. So that will it's going to be a smaller trade for me, but I want the confirmation. It's going to be somewhere around here. God damn it, NQ, you're ruining my trade setup. I need this order block to fill. Okay, above midpoint, I like it, I like it, we're failing, yes, okay, it's a buy for me, here we go. Stop loss, it's a little bit too soon, but we'll see. TP again here. Now I'm going to take 1 micro again, I'm going to give it a go. It's a small stop loss. Now the safest way was is to wait till it gets out of it and then body closure. But I think it's in a hurry now to get somewhere. Okay. Now don't you go back into that OB. Don't you dare. Okay, we're in a hurry now. Good. Come on. Finally. Okay, you need to go. I'm just gonna keep this order block. I want this order block on my screen because I really want to see what we're doing. Um, oh, I made a mistake, guys. I should have. Oh no, it's okay. I should have marked the whole one. We're using the wigs. Yeah, normally what I do, I include the wigs when I want to, for invalidation. I don't use body to body, so. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, NQ, NQ, you are annoying today. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna wait, guys. I don't want to be in anything right now. I'm gonna wait. You know why? Look at all these imbalances we left behind. I'm not interested. I'm still bullish, but I think it's we're gonna be time distorted or they're gonna go back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I'm not in anything. 15 minute. I am going to use whole order block. What's the midpoint? For invalidation, I prefer to use everything because if there's a lot of manipulation, I want to include the wicks. Because you can see what they're doing right now here. They're just creating liquidity, right? We have a higher, if I'm using this bearish order block, I, if they're just creating liquidity below it, you want to have the high, so you're sort of, you protect yourself, right? So if it doesn't go over it, you know it's just creating liquidity and it's going to go back and forth within the range. Nasty. It's always difficult when one takes a previous high and the other one does not, right? It's sort of like because it's sort of like hanging around in this area. I think it's I'm still bullish, but I just don't want to be chopped up. It's been raining here like literally. It's still raining. It's like raining now nonstop for 12 hours, and it's winter here. Hey Jay, how are you doing? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, there will be a good trade today at some point. Mm. Also, with a move like this, I mean, you just have to get out sooner, I guess, right? I mean, still a nice move here to here. Was it here to here? About 50 points. Well, let's say 40. Let's say 40 points. I mean, you know, for a London session, it's nice. Waar ben je? What time is it? 4:24. We have 8:13 news. Well, technically, we've been accumulating most of London's session. If you look at it from, so we created a range at 9 o'clock and between midnight, right? And we've been literally being in that range technically. So technically, we're accumulating sort of, but it's actually a big range though. Um, uh, it's a breaker, technically the breaker holding. Texas hold. And we also have to remember because of the holiday, maybe they also, I don't know if the volume was lower. I don't look at volume, but most likely, who's looking at volume? Is volume lower than on regular basis, guys? Can you see that? Okay, let's take this off. Everything, I'll take everything. But you are still, you see how there's no body closure below this box? We're still using that box pretty nicely though. There's no body closure. So the easiest trades are when you have like 4 o'clock. If you're bullish, you want 4 o'clock to be higher than 2 and 3, right? I mean, it makes sense that you have like continuation. It's always confusing when you have a scenario like this, but it's sort of like hanging out between the prices. So it already tells you like, okay, we're sort of like being a little bit indecisive, so to speak. Because if it would have like continuation, like to the downside, like if it would be bearish, really bearish, we would have like continuation from here in the 350 to 410 macro. Now we still can get that in the next macro though, but here it was 4 o'clock. We went lower, then we went higher again. So above 2, above 3 again. So you can see it's going back and forth between the open prices, which tells you you're within a range, right? It tells you like we're just accumulating 1 hour candles. Open prices are just going back and forth. Like you can see that here. You see, you're going back and forth 2, 3, 4. We're just staying, and we just hit the 0.5 of that 4-hour wick. Yeah, ES took out the highs very early already. Very early already at 2 o'clock, I believe, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, on the other hand, I actually don't hope that ES takes out that high because that's the easy trade. We still have some data to the left. I would just rather have like, oh my God, now I see it clearly. But once it gets to the high and they're both at equal highs, we're in price discovery. Yeah, it's really hard to trade price discovery. You have to wait till it forms either an order block on the 15-minute or that you can trade off. Once you're in the all-time highs, it's going to be really hard to trade it. So I really want to try to position myself long before we hit all-time highs. So I'm actually liking it that NQ has not done it, but it's just a little bit unclear to me where to enter. That's the only thing that I'm worried about now, where I'm going to enter for that long. Because once we're at all-time highs, we're at all-time highs, and it's just we only have standard deviations to work with and projections that we can sort of like copy from an older level, but it's sort of like it's all more tricky because you don't have any data to the left anymore. So I am liking it that NQ does not have that done, but the only thing that I'm struggling with now is like, okay, where the F can I enter without being stopped out again? Because once they are both at all-time highs, they're at all-time highs, and I think the last bit is going to run very fast. I think we're almost at the end. I don't think we are far away from the top, and a really proper, maybe next week. Yeah, Pratish, I agree with you. London, but then again, when I what makes up for it when New York provides you such good entries and such a good trades that you okay with London giving you the intel. I mean, I haven't put on trades on my evals or funded in London. This is the first time again that I put, well, they're both losing trades, but they're very small losses, so it's partly significant. But it is intel. I mean, like for example, if it doesn't give us anything, we're going to have a lot of intel for New York. All these levels, and they might make you know if they don't go lower than this red box. I mean, if we go lower than here, I have to really switch bias, to be honest. But so far, I'm like, okay, you're still sort of like you're just really maxing out the retest, really maxing out the lows of all the bullish PDRAs. But at some point, we have to. I mean, I cannot stay bearish. At some point, you have to switch. It's like over and done with, right? It's like you're wrong. You're just wrong. But yeah, we're just accumulating for so far. I mean, 1, 2, 3 on the hourly basis, which is okay. But what do we get after accumulation? AMD, right? Texas, hold on. Hey, five handles, how are you doing? Did you make five handles today? Hey, there was good trades for five handles, even more, 10 handles, 40 handles. Texas, hold on. Ba, ba, ba. I'm getting hungry again, guys. What's going? Almost. You did it. Yeah. Is that what you aim for your per trade? I mean, hey, this. I think if you aim for 5 or 10 handles, you can have actually quite some opportunities already. Actually, better than having looking for. I think maybe thinking about it, maybe London should be more about 5 to 10 handles max. The way London has been printing lately, and maybe that's a better way to go forward. Because my trade was pretty awesome. If I would have just taken 5 to 10 handles, it gave more. Just target the. I could just target these highs here. Then I targeted more, so I got stopped out. But if I just target 5 to 10 handles, we already had. So hey, company man call. So I think maybe I think that I'm going to change that. I think that's really, I'm just thinking about it like, hey, maybe it should be two different strategies using in London, because nowadays London doesn't give, and when it starts giving expansion again, we trade, we swap back. But I think that might be something I'm going to do. I'm going to frame my larger trade, but get out at 5 to 10 handles. So then I've like, I'm still using my same set to step into a trade. The rules don't change. So my entry qualifications stay the same. I'm not going to change that, but it's just getting out sooner in London. I think that I'm going to do that. Way too late. Yeah, accompaniment card. What happened to you? You're really late today. So five handles. If you say five, do you take 10 handles on? Do you take more handles on NQ, or is it also five handles? Or is it like 10 handles? You aim for 10. Okay. More. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. What are you aiming for on NQ? What's your aim? Your minimum. Your minimum. When you make a trade. Around 25 and 30. Yeah. Yeah, if you aim for five on ES, it's $50 per point. If you choose ES, so that's like 250, right? So technically, if you would use NQ, 25. So 10 points give you 200. 15 points should be will give you 200 as well, 250. Am I saying it correctly? Yes, 20, 20 on, yeah, 20 per 10, 20 per point. Yeah, it depends on the content, of course. So how long ago did you switch? Is it, or are you still trading the both? I mean, it should, I mean, sometimes I haven't traded ES for a while, but I started using ES last week again because it just looks cleaner. It looked cleaner than NQ. Sometimes it's more clear. Yeah. Um, I don't think stable is the right word. It's just like it just can look cleaner. And sometimes it's the opposite. I mean, I mean, I love NQ to be honest. For me, NQ is my favorite. It's just a little bit more wild sometimes. But once you start knowing the levels, you sort of like you can sort of like incorporate the craziness of the fastness of NQ. But I think as a beginner, when I started out, when I did TPO, I was on ES for a year. I believe I was on ES, and it gave me a lot of knowledge because it was a little bit slower and it gives you more time to think sometimes. But once you start getting used to NQ, I mean that's how I personally experienced it. It was a little bit too slow for me. But then again, there's nothing wrong with ES. I mean, ES, I mean, you have more money per point, right? But I just started using NQ and I just fell in love with NQ. But hey, I know people that only trade ES and they're doing really, really well. It's just what you get used to. And once you start using, I think it's really important to get used to one and get to know the levels very, 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 very well. And you get really confident with that instrument. And then you can move to another or add one. But you want to get to know the levels really well. Yeah, it doesn't matter, RD. I always talk about NQ or ES, but I trade MNQ. I trade NQ and MNQ, but I always chart on NQ. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. But there is a difference lately a lot. I mean, it's different order flow, obviously. But sometimes the charts can differ. But I've always been taught that NQ, also the institutions, they trade off NQ. So I would rather chart from NQ, even though when I trade MNQ, I still chart off NQ. But there can be significant differences sometimes that are not. RD Brock, what do you mean? PDT will be gone? You mean the range between 5 and 6 o'clock? There's not going to be any gap, you mean, between open and close between 5 and 6? Is that what you mean with the futures? The pattern day trade rule. I will never switch to stocks because if I trade to stocks, you have to have a watch list again, and you have to keep up with news on every stock. I just prefer to just have NQ or ES because then I just have one chart to take care of, and I don't have to look at the stocks individually. I mean, that's how I experience it. Trading stocks, you just have to be more aware of specifics of the stock itself. And I think it's a luxury just to have the one chart and just, focus on one thing only. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, I got you. Okay, okay, yeah. No. They're changing it to 2K instead of 25. Yeah, they just want you to lose more money, I guess. It was about to keep people safe. The pattern day trading rule was actually considered a negative, but if you think about it, it was actually there to keep people safe. But now I think it's just like more they want your liquidity because there is, I still find it weird that prices have been going up because a lot of institutions are not, they're very risk off still. So I wonder if there has been also retail not anticipating enough. Um, so I don't know. I wonder if it's in your benefit that 2K. I mean, it's easy to put 2K in and lose it very quickly again, right? So and 25K is like people were like, oh, doing prop firms or, but like with 2K they're like, okay, you know what, I have 2K. 2K is maybe, I can put that in, but you can easily lose it as well. No, RD Broke, I think it's the opposite. I think they want you to lose that 2K. They don't want you to make money off it. They want you to put it in so you are liquid. They can take your 2K. So more people will put in 2K because more people have 2K instead of 25K. So they have more money they can take away from retail. They don't want you to win. They want to take your 2K. So yeah. Yes, but most people don't. We all, we've been talking about fear and greed and losing evals here many times on the stream. Um, we all know that we have to have good risk management. We all know that we have to have to preserve our capital, but most of us fail in doing that. And so do I sometimes. If I don't follow my rules, I fall into the trap, and then you spiral. And because the markets are designed around fear and greed, the price action is designed to instigate fear and greed in us. So, so you have to have a strict 90% of the people, 90, loses if it isn't more. Yeah, I'm not, yeah, I know, I'm not going to anticipate. So I think it has to do with maybe the bank holidays, right? In Germany and France. So I guess the markets are closed there as well. Yeah, I've also had two losing. Well, technically, it was two losing trades because I was stopped out. Um, I should have taken trades shorter, but we're gonna. I think I'm gonna change the London setup a little bit. I'm gonna follow same rules, but just taking maybe base hits, like getting out. Even though if it runs, it's fine. I'm just gonna take. Yeah. So fear and greed. has to do with not being mechanical enough. If you have mechanical trades, you will have less fear and greed because you're just following a structure. And if you have back tested and have data on your structure, you know it works out, let's say 70 to 80% of the time, and you accept that 30% that doesn't work out because you know it's 70 win rate. And let's say I have already 5 winning trades on that model. I expect one time it to fail because that my model shows that it has a win rate of 70%. So I'm expecting a certain percentage to fail. So it's all about having more structure and make everything more mechanical. So that's where I'm very focused on, making everything more mechanical. But I think it's a good thing what I'm going to do with in London, even though I'm going to still follow my step in rules, but I'm just going to take out, I'm just going to follow that like for a while, just get out at 20 points. Because this one was 40 points before it turned on me. 15 to 20 points, and I'm going to take it. And if it goes, it goes. I don't care. But I'm going to follow that structure in London more than, and then I'll have my larger trades in New York. I just do better in New York. I just do better. I just don't have, I have like minimum 80-point trades the last 2 days. 2 days in a row, 80 to 100 points, every trade, every trade. So, but I think London, I'm going to change a little bit. And if it runs longer, it's good. Then I just, at some point, but hey, now I have nothing. I have nothing. I don't feel any FOMO. I don't feel sad about it, but I have nothing. But I could have taken just 20 points, right? And then just be happy. It also trains you to be happy with just, okay. If you go to a job, you know what you get for a day's work, right? I mean, I think I'm going to do the same with London. No, there was no. So in my situation, there was no real displacement. So I don't trill my stop loss. Then I would rather be stopped out. If there's no displacement, there's no point for me to trill my stop loss because I was still thinking if it was going to hold. I've trilled my stop loss when I have an 8R trade and I trail too fast. That was starting to happen. I go back to a 2R trade and then I had to get back in again. And then if my stop is very minimal, a few points, I don't care. I would rather be stopped out. I journal it and then I'm like, but there was no really displacement in the trade when I took it. I think it was here. It was just trickling up, up, up. It's not really. So I just, and I thought we might get displacement over a little bit higher, but it did not. I mean, it actually told the story already, right? Sort of, looking in hindsight. But yeah, I don't drill my stop after a break. It really needs to move away from the trade, or have 50% of the move done. Then I trail it. And if my stop loss is very minimal, I just leave it. You know what I'm noticing now as well on the 3 minute. Oh no, we did do it here. It just went, yeah. Um, yeah, it's a very small percentage, but it takes a lot of discipline and it takes a lot of perseverance and looking at the markets to make it to the 10%. And it takes a lot of studying. It takes a lot of studying. And yeah, for me, being very mechanical and very rule based is for me the answer. And if I stop doing that, then I fall back. I fall back in the same trap. I start overtrading. I start losing accounts and fear and greed, because it's not like it is not like a character trait. It's biology. Everyone has fear. Everyone has. Your brain is just, it's you make this cortisol, and you get into a different stage in your flight fight status, and then you don't think with your logical part of your brain anymore. It's just biology. It's nothing to do with you being undisciplined or a bad student or whatever. I can have all the models that I want. I can have all the discipline that I have. If I don't follow my rules, I can lose my account today again. Simple as that. And also what I want to add, why am I okay with being stopped out? Because it tells me that the market is not, I'm wrong and I need to stop. So also, so I don't care about that break even. Like if it's going in my way and it's a good trade, then obviously I'll trill. But if it's, I don't want to say it's a small, it was at 40 points. It's not a, I mean, I don't want it to sound like I don't care about 40 points because it's a lot of money. For me, it's more important. Let me try to make it clearer. For me, it's more important to let the market tell me that I'm not on the right side of the market, or the market is not going to do what I want it to do. So being stopped out gives me already the trigger. Okay, you're stopped out. You have a minimum loss. It's telling you you are incorrect. It's not doing what you think it's going to do. So for me, that message is more important than that break even, that 20, 30, 10 points, whatever. Because that monetary win, even though it might be, it wasn't an eval, this just tells me either the time is not right or I am incorrect. So it literally already puts me down into a state of mind. Okay, get out. You've had a loss. I tried a second time, same thing. Okay, stop and watch. Reassess, go into it. The message is more important, more valuable to me than that break even or those few points that I could have gotten out of it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that's the way how I can explain it. Not that I'm putting it that monetary value, I'm putting it down, but for me the message is more clear. Like, okay, get out, just stop, do not even try. You're wrong 2 times. It's not going to give you a third time. And if I have a break even trade most of the times for me is, oh, I'm too early, I get back in again, and then it's okay for me to give it another go. But a stop out twice means for me, you know what? It's most likely it's going to consolidate. It's not going to give you your trade. So that's why I let it happen. It sounds really weird what I'm saying, maybe, but it is how it works for me best. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, but runners, I need displacement for runners. If you don't have displacement, you're most likely also not going to get your runner. The market was not giving any it just trickled up here in small candles and then it went down. So there was no. Now this might have fooled us here. It went fast, right? It fooled me. Remember, I thought, oh my God, we're going to get up, but it never went above the order block. But you want to have a position and then runners, and then you get your partials at your midpoint, but you have to have display. There was no displacement here, so I was waiting for that. So without any displacement, there won't be any runners, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I would rather be stopped out for a minimum pound and telling me, okay, you're wrong, instead of like already it. So when I started to get better in those larger trades, my mistake that I started making was I trilled my stop too fast. So I have a very strict set of rules when I'm allowed to trill my stop. And if price action is not doing any of that, I leave it, and then I get stopped out at a minimum, at a very small, because if you want 100 points, you don't want to trill your stop until it gets 50 points. Or you want this, you have to see certain things, because otherwise your 8R trade turns into a 2R trade and you have to get back in again, and eventually it's still, and now obviously an 8R trade, you don't want to go to zero or minus, but you don't want to also make an 8R trade, 2R trade, because it's a logical. So what I used to do, like, goes higher and higher, and then obviously there's a logical area where it would retrace. and you want to be able to identify, oh, if because it will take longer, those trades. You don't want to put it in a place where you know, okay, when we hit a certain, let's say 2.5 standard deviation, you have a retracement and then goes back upright. So you don't want to put it there where you know it might retrace to. So that's sort of like how I try to see it. It's all about risk management, right? And how your models work with you. Yeah, so ES or NQ lately, I hardly trade NQ ES, and if I do, it will be just one. So there's no runners. But with MNQ, you have the luxury of scaling in and out, right? Yeah, with NQ, I don't know. Prestige, the risk per trade, 10% of your maximum drawdown. No, 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 no. I would not do that. That's like people who tell you 10%. If people on YouTube tell, they most likely have a prop firm code they want you to use. Okay. I would not use 10% per trade of your drill. Like if you have a 50K account and you have 2,500 drawdown, that means 250 per trade. I would not do that. I mean, that's just a little bit too much. But 1% is also very little. I mean, so technically everyone say, oh, you should only use 1% of your drawdown, but that is really hard. It's 25 bucks, right? So what I do is I tend to vary between 3 and 5%. So you start with the micro, for example, on a small account. And if you have a profit, I add a part of the profit to my percentage. So like say if I have a $100 profit, I allow myself to add some part of that profit to the percentage. So you have a little bit more margin to trade with, right? But yeah, 10%, I mean, it's hard when you want to really, I mean, evaluations, I'm a little bit less strict with evaluations than I'm with funded or my live account, because you want to get through the funded to the eve through the evals faster, right? But yeah, I mean, 10% is just is a lot. I mean, if you have a losing trade, it's 250 down, and the second trade is another two. You're down 500 bucks already. I mean, what's your daily? Patish, let me ask you this: what's your daily loss limit? What have you set for yourself as your daily loss limit? What are you allowed to lose per day? I mean, I don't know what account are you trading with? If you say drawdown, I guess you're trading prop firm. What is your? Are you trading 50K, for example? And what's your daily loss? Have you set a daily loss or even a session loss? So I have specific models, and if I see a model appearing and I'm like, okay, I know the win. I'm very confident with this model because I've traded over. I had specifics that I just trade over and over. I tend to go a little bit higher, but I trust it a lot, and I know the win rate, and I know how I can. So then I go a little bit, but I mean, if you have that, you can easily go a little bit higher, but you just have to be very, very careful. If you don't have data and stuff like that, you just want to be preserve your capital and not just, the moment I'm in a certain amount of drawdown, also my brain already changes a little bit. I don't want to go over a certain level anymore. It's really weird for me because it also like, oh, it puts me in the danger zone a little bit. Max 2 losses a day, 1% risk. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and I like, yeah, I like 2-3%. 1% is so little, to be honest. And most people advise, and sometimes they even say 0.5, but that's more when you have your own account. When you have like 25K and you trade off it, then they say, okay, don't use more than 0.5 or 1% when you have like 25K, because your drawdown is literally, you still have a margin though. But yeah, I would, I mean, for me, 1% risk, I don't do it, to be honest, but it's the advice we should give people. But I technically don't do it. I start with 2-3%, and if I have any winnings, I take a percentage of that winnings and I add that to that percentage. It gives me a little bit more. I can have a little bit larger stop loss, for example. And I have another win, for example. Okay, I can add, let's say I add 50% of my first trade, but I have another win, then I add only 25% of the next trade. If I calculate, okay, how much is it, then I add 25% of that. And all my next trade will only be 25% of that win. So my first one, I add 50%, second one, 25%, and onwards. And then I don't try to trade, well, like I said, I try to trade one trade per session per account. But it will be hard. It will be hard for me. Pratish, I have no experience with CFD, so I don't know how they. I think it should be the same with risk, right? Or am I saying something weird? Would that be different, guys? Anyone who has experience with CFDs? Risk management should be the same, or should that be different, maybe? Hey, RD Brock, I do that sometimes. We all do. I do that if I see the rapid, on funded next. I've passed many accounts with the rapid like that. But it was a model, and I just go. I mean, okay, I'm just okay. Let me do it in one trade, and obviously, the risk is higher than normal. But I sometimes do that. Yeah, it's not really YOLO. It's still like something is presenting itself. I'm like, okay, and everything lines up, and I'm like, okay. It would bring me not like blow the account, but it would bring me to max 50% of my drawdown if it would be fair, if it would fill, or maybe 75%, 25% already in one trade, which is a lot, right? Well, my model tells me it works 70% of the time, so I'm like, okay, well, if it's if the 30%, but you know what, yeah, but if you have one specific and you do it over and over and over, it can still fail, but the percentage is just 30%. It's like, okay, well, like, let's give it a go. Sometimes it doesn't, correct, yeah. It's still worth a try sometimes. You want to pass your evals faster than getting payouts on funded, but on the other hand, it's the wrong message that you're teaching yourself. But that's why, okay, so let me share this. Nowadays, because I'm getting more strict with my rules, I'm just buying new evals with consistency rules. So that forces me to stick to that. So yesterday and the day before yesterday, there's a new eval on Funded Next, Flex, and the 50K, so you have to have 25. But I thought, okay, let me just, because I thought, you know what? I want to be stricter, so I'm going to force myself being stricter. So let me buy only evals which have consistency rules in evaluation stage, because to prevent exactly what I just told you guys, what I do sometimes with the rapid. So I said, no, no, no. I want to be strict with everything now. So I've bought only a couple of new flex accounts, and so if 40% consistency is $1,000, right? So if you have 25K, 40. So I have all my accounts that I bought. I made $1,000, but that's the consistency. So I don't have to go out. But it was such a nice thing. I was like, okay. I actually don't even want. I'm done for today, and I'm done. Every account made $1,000, and that's the consistency rule. So I'm done. So yeah, so I'm forcing myself now also. But the good thing is that consistency rule is not applicable on the funded stage. So yeah, so I just, I just want to get more. I just want to. I need to. I want to be more stricter. That's why I'm also going to go back to one trade per session per account. Um, I'm so fed up with I'm so fed up with making the same, falling into the trap, losing accounts, by over trading, revenge trading. And I know for myself, I really need to stick to my rules and have very mechanical trading to avoid it. If I do that, I'm going to do really, really well. If I don't, I will fall into the trap again and I will feel sick in my stomach. I will hate myself for it again. I don't want to get to that stage anymore. You will get to a stage at some point, you're so fed up with it, you just like, no, never again. And you know what you need to do for it. I know for myself what I need to do for it. But if I don't, I'll fall back into the trap. It's always lurking. It's always on the outlook. It doesn't stop. It gets better. I think it's like people think, oh, fear and greed and overtrading, revenge trading. I just need to do something and then I'll fix it. It will be all. I think it will be always there. What do you guys think? Do you think you can really get rid of it for always, or do you have? Is it how we react to certain things? I think it's for me. If I would let go of my rules, I will be back in losing my evals, losing funders straight away. It's because my brain is triggered again. How do you guys deal with it? Have you managed to win from the and are you guys able to come back from drawdown, or are you getting like, you know what, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go all in and see. I would rather lose the account than come back from drawdown. How many have gotten back from 75% drawdown? Ooh, 5 o'clock. Hold on. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. When you are able to get back from 75% drawdown, that's where your growth is, guys. If you are able to do that, to be very disciplined and start very small, work back from 75% to 50 to 25 and back to break even, but it takes time. If you're able to do that, you are winning. But it's hard. It's really hard. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this is an important level. If we go below this level, I'm going below 544. I'm turning bearish. If not, the long is still in play. Okay, let's see. I'm going very, very. So we took our liquidity here. We rejected here in this one. Let's see. Done that too. Once I found it painful, had to trade, and for like weeks, low. Good. Did you do it? Did you manage? Did you do it? Well, see, and how did it feel when you got back to break even to zero? Weren't you proud of yourself? I mean, that's if you manage to do that, you are really you overwon something really. You tricked your brain not to. It's wow, well done. Yeah, and it goes slow, right? But you have to accept the slowness and be very compliments to you. And not many people can say that. I've done it only a couple of times, not much, to be honest. And so now I try to prevent to even get to a certain point, but it's so hard when you are almost there. And but it takes it is. I think I managed 2 or 3 times. I think 3 times, but that one time I got back to break even, then I still lost it eventually. But yeah, oh, me. Well, I'm just saying that I had the yeah. I've got exactly the same. Okay, I was just saying that I had the same situation. I got back and then I still lost it, so that's even more painful. Yeah. So yeah, it's like what did I do all that time? I should have lost it straight away. Crazy, huh? Yeah. Yeah, we're all been there. Okay, now I want to really, it's 5 o'clock. Um, I like this level here. I'm wondering if we rejected, we took a low, we went into a bullish order block at 118. Uh, oh, we didn't reject here on the 5 minute. I've done the same. I got 5 pass with 2K each in the 4 or 5 days. I blew them all. I got so mad. Yeah, at some point you get so fed up with that. You'll change. You have to. But it's not like, oh, I'm going to not do it anymore. Just saying that is not enough. You really have to change your approach to it. I've said it so many times. Oh, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm done with that. But then again, it happened again, and I was like, okay, what do I need to do? I mean, it just doesn't work. Just saying it, I'm just going to practice not doing it anymore. But then again, like, so for me, it was really like changing my approach, how to look at them and how to have more rules. Basically, for me, is the only way forward. And it's a double-edged sword. I keep saying it because Sometimes you have to miss a trade. Um, I don't know if I like the market too much now. I think we're wasting our times a little bit, like watching this, guys. Um, yeah, at 4:30, I would say we have a change in the state delivery again on the 15 to the downside, obviously. We've been accumulating. I would say the 15 is more bearish than bullish now. But on the 1 hour we don't. On the 1 hour the it's much lower. So that's why I'm a little bit conflicted. I can also still see it go up. On the 15 I can see it go down. On the 1 hour it's still, I don't have confirmation yet for the bearishness. On the 15-minute, yes. On the 1 hour, not. So I don't, you want to have all the time frames aligned if you want to trade a short or a long. I don't see the, my longs are being stopped out, but I can't frame a bearish trade either. So I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, I just see beautiful liquidity to the upside being created, to be honest. So I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish. But the question is when and from where. If we really start going lower, I would like to see this area, but then again, could be. Then today might be a bearish day. Are we going to get bearish continuation? If we start disrespecting this area, then I would like to go to this area all the way here. Just wondering if they want, if we're gonna just need a higher high here to go lower. Can news bring us down to here? 170. It's only 100 points. Retest this fair value gap here. And then go back up. Possible. Well, anyway, I've been hard to swallow. There's a saying, when you stop caring, I mean, like, let it bother you, then you stop. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's caring. I'm looking for a different word because you still want to care, but more like not being emotional about the trades. Again, it's coming back to the make it everything mechanical, so then you leave the emotions out of it. So the more rule based and mechanical it is, there's less room for emotions. But caring, yeah, I mean, if I don't care anymore, I just let it. I also don't care losing my eval or my funder. I don't. Yeah, I'm just looking for the right word, but I think it's more, I guess, emotional. Being emotional, being really excited in trading, just being very, yeah. I think mechanical is the right word for me. Mechanical, structured, rule based. Yeah, be very, just don't get in and out just because you see a candle print. I mean, I still feel FOMO. So if I see large candles, like, oh, FOMO, I still recognize it, but I try not to act upon it. But I still recognize it. Like, I'm like doing something and I see like large candles printing. I instantly run to the, and I'm like, oh my God, look at what's happening. And I feel it. I can feel it. I didn't even got scared to trade with money. Scare money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't be scared. But I think I want to start. I need to eat something now. When I'm hungry, I also don't trade well. I'm hungry lately at around this time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at this, guys. I mean, if it goes lower, it goes lower. It's all good. Um, we have been creating beautiful liquidity here, here, here. Most likely for later on. If it doesn't want to go lower, well, I mean, we have news coming. So currently we do have daily SMT, right? Because we have SMT on with ES and Q. ES took out the high and Q did not, so there's daily SMT. Well, we just wait and see. I'm not gonna wait for it. Yeah, I also, well, our seven needs sleep. I need some food. Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow in London. It's Thursday today, so we have. I'll try to be in the Discord as well. Keep you guys updated. You guys keep me updated too. And pre-market prep. I'll see you later at 8:15. And thank you guys. Stay safe. And it has been a choppy, choppy, choppy morning again. See, I just want to point out we went up at 2 o'clock here, 1:45 up to here. And see, the only thing we've been doing is going back into this range. So literally, this has been the range. It's just gone up. We just went below it here. So this has been our range that we've been looking into. 80 points for 3 hours. It's just 80 points up, 80 points down. No follow through. It just took out the high that it created in this. So that's why this, I always mark this area. It gives me so much information. Now if I look in hindsight, I'm like, oh look, it just took out the high and it was done. Right? There's always, in this 152.10 macro, this was the high. Just taking out this high that was created here, that was enough for it. We haven't seen anything higher yet. So I guess it makes sense. But we'll see. You take care. Yeah, RD Brock, thank you for all your input and all other people. Structure and Jay. Finished yet? You haven't seen you for a while. And Pratish, where's the tequila? What do you mean tequila? I don't drink at daytime. Hey, listen, if I drink tequila, is one of the things I get so sick of. I get drunk of tequila very, very fast, but I also, after one or two or three, I end up over the toilet. So no tequila during the stream for sure. I don't know. I've never tried trading with tequila, to be honest. It might be a good thing. Might do really well. But anyway, guys, yeah, don't drink and drive, and don't drink and trade. I would say, or maybe it works. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Look. Yeah. We'll see. Okay, guys. Take care, and we'll be in touch. Have a good day.